Welcome to the very last extra shot of the day. I'm with Martyn, Warwick, the editor-in-chief at TelecomTV, for closing remarks. Martyn, I think we all agree that the conversations here today have been very rich, with lots of new ideas about ways to transform and to accelerate the industry towards the digital services providers, which is the theme of this year's forum indeed. So what about the highlights for you? What's sticking with you after everything we've heard today?
Well, several things actually, Charlotte. I think first of all it's been a great day, a very entertaining as well as interesting day, some very real debate going on, some of it occasionally contentious, mostly good-natured, generally good-natured, but some real thought being put into these things. I think probably the last session, which I was taking a lot of notes throughout, was one of the most interesting, to me at least, from a point of view of what I write a lot about, which is this whole balancing act, this tightrope walk that service providers, DSPs, are walking between service innovation and the need to simultaneously enhance energy efficiency. It's a very, very hard ask. And as we've seen, and people have been voting just now, they can't stop innovating, because if they do stop innovating, they die. On the other hand, they have to save energy for various reasons, not least of which it's so expensive now. And of course, there's a world crying out for less fossil fuel consumption and so on, as we spoke about this morning. So I think that's been particularly important. And Howard Watson from BT, the Group Chief Security and Networks Officer, Howard Watson, was very upfront about it all and saying how difficult this is to do, because the service innovation has to continue, but how do you do that and cut costs and save energy at the same time? And as he was saying, last year their BT's bill for energy rose by 200 million, even though they'd actually cut consumption by 2%, 2.5%. So it's a real conundrum, and that's what the title of the session was about. So yeah, so far so good, very interesting. I don't know what more to say, except everybody's looking forward to going out there for a drink. Absolutely, and I've actually done a recce, and it's looking good out there. I'm sorry for the audience who's watching online, okay? But one more question maybe. Yeah, sure. I think that Ray described what you're describing as the moving parts of transformation. You've mentioned some of the challenges, having to deliver various programs of transformation in many different ways, green transformation, energy transformation, but there's also this human transformation going on within the industry. And that's a key challenge and opportunity, isn't it? Because in order to accelerate innovation, accelerate transformation, you need new blood, fresh blood in the industry. Yes. So what do you think are the different ways to do it? Well, it's a complex story, and I could bore you with it because my first degree is in psychology, organisational theory. So I can tell you about the theory of it and the practice to some extent. But basically, as technology changes, and again, as been mentioned today, AI comes more to the fore, you have to be able to bring in new people with new ideas who want to join. They have to want to join the telecoms industry. They can't be dragooned into it. And you have to keep them interested. And how to do that in a time when things are changing so very, very quickly. People want, within an enormous organisation, I've worked for big organisations, as have you, they want to know that they, not just secure, but they have a place where they can progress. That's human nature. And to do that, they need to know that they're valued. And it's not so much in the end about money, it's about self-esteem and all the rest of it. And what the difficulty is attracting people, because they are more attracted immediately by what everybody sees about the likes of Google and Meta and all the other OTT players who've got beanbag bags all over the floor and traffic lights in the office, and you can play table tennis while you're working, except of course you can't. But all that sort of thing appeals to a lot of people. And when it comes to when they're actually being there, they'll find that life isn't quite like that. And the fact that telecoms is a hugely, hugely, massively important industry. And if you can get into it and you have a love for it and a passion for it and can work in it and know that you're being nurtured while you're doing so, then I think the world literally is your oyster.
Wonderful. I think we'll leave it there on this rather upbeat note. Thank you very much, Martyn.
Thanks, Charlotte.
So that's a wrap for day one of the DSP Leaders World Forum 2023. Join us again here tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We'll have more conversations from the likes of Deutsche Telekom, Orange, and we'll dive into all things green tomorrow with 3 sessions on the green network. So don't miss it, stay tuned and see you tomorrow.